Yeah, there we go. It's weird that that's come back. Basically, I have to unplug and plug back in the microphone, even though when I test the stream before, the previewy thingy, whatever, it works fine. And it seems to be incredibly loud now. Why is that so loud? Maybe I should boost the game audio a smidge. It is on the music, which I have very low, so maybe it's not that much of a problem. Excuse me. So, yes, more Dyson Sphere Program on a Monday. Right. I almost ran late on this one because work was up to the wire a bit. Is that in shot? Can I just move my microphone a bit? Hopefully that's not too loud. It's very pretty, this game, isn't it? It's very, very pretty. They have managed to absolutely crack that. So let's hit the continue. And just make sure... What's the audio like there? Oh, that is a bit loud, isn't it? Oh, louder. Right, let's just tweak that a tiny little bit. Back down and... It's difficult to check, because I don't generally sort of enjoy music in games. That's a bad way of expressing that. I enjoy the music itself generally, but when games have continuous audio, like continuous music, it eventually gets on my nerves. I much prefer it if it's like a song-based approach. There was a gap in this here. I think it was this one that I spotted. I was doing the screen. I've been trying different formulas for like thumbnails, and I did find. No, I've obviously gone the wrong direction. There was a gap somewhere, basically, in the. There it is, I think. Is this it? Yeah, so... Oh, no, that's wrong. I don't know where it was. There was a gap, basically, in the line. Maybe that over there? Maybe this? We're about to run out of juice. No, this is the North Pole, isn't it? That's annoying, because that's put me somewhere completely random that I don't want to be. Let's have a quick look on... Is it not tab? Oh, there we go. Inventory, because we probably need to top up a little. Oh, God. Why have I got 100? Got 100 iron ores. Can I get rid of them? Probably not. Won't let me put them in there, will it? No. Any of these? Got gaps? Yeah, we could put some in there. And in that. Don't quite know why I've got 100 iron ores, but 100 iron ores I have got. That's about it, I think. Anyway. No? Right, so, is there any bits and pieces we could grab? So, we got some of them. Got some steel. Solar panels I don't really want to carry around with me. Got cost to top up on cogs. And since we're over here, basically, might as well top up on them. What happened there? There we go. And copper I've probably got too much of. Iron. Don't really need all of that, I guess. There should be the... Yeah, there we go. Stony type stuff over here. So I'm coming in a bit hot with this one, so I should have done this probably before the stream, but no, that was weird that was the exact right number. I don't think I've even got any of these, have I? No. Nope. And silicon, but I don't know that I really need silicon. Plus it's using it somewhere else. Very, very slowly. Wow, that's slow. It's just one bit of silicon. Oh, of course, it's just sticking me into some solar panels, which I don't care about just for now. So let's go and have a look at... That's all fine. This is my sort of build everything. We definitely want some landfill, or whatever it calls it, concrete or whatever. Might as well just quickly top everything up here. Don't really need any more of them, because I've got a bunch set up already, so that's fine. Smelters are always worth having more of. Got them. Random solar panel. Definitely need plenty of them. And might as well get belts. Always need belts. Miners might as well just top off. And might as well always carry around. I tend to use them as power poles, so it's worth having. I don't appear to have got any circuits anywhere, am I not? Did I miss the circuits? I must have. Stackers, sorry, splitters I'm not actually making, am I? There should be some chests somewhere. Or whatever. Oh, here we go. Missed them. I only need one of them, so bit pointless. What else have we got? Not got, etc. So, for some reason, I've not got circuits. Where are they? Where are our Tesla towers? I should be making them. That'd be like a #1 thing to make. There we go. There we go. So, as I say, there should be some circuits somewhere. Over here, maybe? Oh, there we go. Just didn't pick them up. Right, so we're fully topped off, I think. Brilliant. Might be able to get rid of some more of these now, actually. There we go. Oh, no, not them. What about you? Yep, get rid of you. Okay. Brilliant. Right, now where were we making, or starting to make, science? It was over here, wasn't it? I had set up 2 lanes of iron and copper. But don't I also need... Oh, look, we got this over here. What's this? Oh, let's go grab some of them. Them look tasty. I guess I should grab some fuel as well, because they're probably quite low. Lovely. Love a bit of that. So where the heck is the fuel? Over here, right. So that's sort of in that direction. How much stuff does he have in him? Oh yeah, no, and I'm not carrying any. Okay. So it's sort of over in this direction. There we go. Oh, I got the charging thing here as well. They've launched, they did the patch they said they were going to. And it... Was that for this week? I can't remember now. But it's got... basically, they've put out... Well, they put the... like, achievements. Listed them out, basically. That's not quite the right phrasing. Basically, on the Steam page, you can now see the achievements. And it's a bit of a mixed bag, if I'm totally honest. What's surprising, and I'm possibly getting to the territory where I may have completely imagined something in that. So I want to go around here, basically. Follow this over here. You know, I thought there was meant to be alien combat of some, or combat of some description going on, but there are no achievements related to that whatsoever. And it's a big list of achievements. It's 100 achievements, which to me suggests that that's it. That's all the achievements there are going to be, which is fine. But as I say, it's a bit weird if there is going to be combat, that there are no achievements related to combat. That seems very odd. I turned this off, didn't I? There we go. That's better. So maybe that's been dropped, or, as is very possible, I've just completely imagined it. It was never a thing. There's no other iron, is there? That's a little bit annoying. How am I going to handle that then? Because don't I need... Let's just go and have a quick look. So, what we need to do with these boys, basically. So, what you do is you set one matrix lab. I've explained this before, but you set one matrix lab to producing a particular cube. Now, obviously, I've only got blue cube, but when we get the other cubes, you have others doing it. And then you can basically stack them up, and it will load in. So if we feed it circuits and magnets, it will make them. But it will also feed them up the tower. So if you put in, so each one of those requires 1 and 1. So if you put in, manage in 3 seconds. So if you put in, say, in 1 second, you manage to get 3 in there. It'll pass them up the tower, and you can make 3 blue cubes a second. So it's a bit like Factorio, where you make loads of manufacturing machines to make your science things, and if you want 1 per second, you need, and it's a 5-second recipe, you need 5 machines doing it, approximately. But this, you get to stack them, so it won't take up as much room, and we'll get researches that enable larger stack sizes and stuff like that. So basically what we need, but what you then do is you then need to feed them into an actual, and this took me a long time to work out actually, but this here is a selectable icon, and you basically select, right, I want these labs to operate in research mode. And what that basically means is these ones producing the cubes, you need to feed the material in. And if you notice, we've got 5 things we need to feed in, but of course this is a square, so we only sort of, in a way, have 4 sides. Now we don't, because these things have got, we can stick a I'll just call them inserters because it's how my brain is now wired for this type of thing, but you can stick multiple in. Yeah, so we can do more in than just the 5. Than just the 5. So, but it'll take a bit of arranging basically. And besides which, the last one, the white one, is like way down the line, and we'll have completely reworked all the science by then. So basically, we can set up the labs in a very simple sort of cube structure to feed into a central lab. Not cube structure, I guess a square structure rather. And that'll do us for a long time to come, basically, because the next set of researches depend on oil. So it's a completely different, system. We don't need to worry about routing the iron and the copper over to the next one, which I think is red. Can't remember the color scheme they use. But the problem is we need to make magnetic coils, and of course all I'm making here is iron, basically. So I need to make magnetic coils. Now, where should I put these? Let's plop them over here as a sort of temporary thing. Is that going to be... Yeah, so just plop them there for the time being. And I'll work out what I need. So we need to feed in... In fact, how big do I want to go? Because you can just direct feed in. It's usually better, though. So you do one into the other. But I think that's too close. But it's usually better to stick them in to a chest and then stick those into it. Because it lets you buffer it, basically. Because there's some... Yeah, it's too close. So there are some researches that... In fact, let's try to orientate it north. So that's north that way, is it? So if we, we do it a bit more sort of central. But there's some researches that aren't needed in some recipes. So in the meantime, you can be buffering the ones that you do need. So if we grab that one there, so I don't actually know which ones will be which, and we can obviously stack them on top, but you can also you've got multiple outputs, so we could stick them on a belt, and I could have like them going that way, and then a belt feeds them into this machine. And if you think about it, you can then do effectively like almost like a daisy wheel pattern. I haven't got any, but them going that way, you know, them going that way, and them going that way, and then we can feed stuff in the back, basically. If I just sort of demonstrate that. So, you know, obviously there's a chest there, but, you know, you would have some going that way. And so you can do it like a, well, it's actually more like a swastika, unfortunately. But you know what I mean. Right, yes, so I need one of them, and one of them. And I say, when we get, by the time we get white science, we'll be, you know, we may not even be making science on this planet, to be honest with you. So this middle one needs to be science generally. I'm going to put them in just so that I can test out the inserters distance-wise. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Have I got any more of them? Out there? Is it going to need to be that one? There we go. So we'll leave them in, but I'm not going to make any of them. In fact, I mean, I could set them to be more blue science and then just change them, but that would mean messing about with belts and stuff. I do usually cap the chests because we don't want it to produce, like an infinite number, basically. I mean, obviously, it's not an infinite number because it's maximum size of 30, but they stack to like 200 or something silly. Right, so you're doing the general research, you're doing the blue, and have I got any more? So no, I need to make one more. Let's build one more of them. Boop. And stick that on the top there. At the moment, so I'm just going to go with, 3 for a 1 second, one blue cube per second science rate. So just nice and simple. To start with, say if we anticipate that I'll be making them, because as I say, you can extend them both, with this horizontally and as well as, vertically, but we need to decide on, and I could always have even more on the side here and feed them around, but you don't need that many generally, particularly not since the goal is to get to interplanetary logistics, which isn't that expensive in the grand scheme of things. So, but what I need to decide is, which direction I'm going, basically. So, in other words, I need to now feed in the two things that we need to make, right? But am I going to have the belts here? Am I going to have them, that way, or what, basically? Because I say you don't have to go. I can't do it because I haven't got any. That way, we could go that way or that way, or we could go in square or something. But I think we'll just build them there. In the assumption that if I'm adding more, because part of the problem with it is you shouldn't end up blocking yourself, which is the point actually. It might be easier if we don't do that, and instead, maybe actually if I feed them in like that, say one in there, and one in there, and then they're not going to be in anybody's way, but I'd have to do... no, I don't like that. What about... Yeah, let's feed them in there. I could always put a splitter in and take it round. And then it's not going to block me if I want to go that way. Yeah, I prefer that, I think. Right. So we want to load... We might as well do... In fact, it's just 1 on 1, isn't it? 1 on 1, yeah. But, of course, one has got to go just one belt, and one has got to go 2. Or, not belt, square. So this is just feeding 1 square, and that's feeding 2 squares. And obviously they're... I could start making green inserters and stuff, but can't be bothered at the moment. Right, yes. So we want to leave a bit of space in case we want to build a load more of these here, or something like that. And we need to split them. So I want to leave a little bit of space, say 3 assemblers worth of space, and then sort of 1 for a Tesla thingy. I think that's probably going to be too close anyway, isn't it? And, oh, no. Are you going to let me output there? Oh, yeah, no, it's fine with that. Okay. Right, so in order to produce 1 per second, I need... Oh no, wait a minute. So in order to produce 1 blue cube a second, I need 3 of these per second, but you get 2 per craft. So if we have 2 machines making circuits, I think I'm on the wrong side. This needs to be the... Is that iron? And where's the copper? Copper's on that side, okay. I don't suppose it matters really, because they both need both. But yeah, so we get 2 crafts. I should be... I keep forgetting that I've got the... You know, the copy-paste stuff. So if this is these, for example, circuit boards. And what's the other thing about blue cubes? Is it not magnets? Yeah, magnetic coils. So yeah, so we would need 2 of them. And if we want to make magnetic coils, you get 2 out of 1 craft as well. So if we put 1 of them in, or 2 of them in rather, we will get 3, well, we'll get 4 per second. And that's fine. Right, so the trouble I've got though is that I'm not making magnets, I'm making iron plate. What's the recipe on that? It's 2 of them and 1 of them, and that's 2 of them and 1 of them, you see. So effectively between the 2 machines, because they are the same ratios and stuff with the actual production machines, I've got demand for 2 copper and 2 iron, yeah, which is why I've produced an entire lane for each. I've got the second lane for when we get to more complicated recipes, but the problem, as I say, is that I'm not producing these basically, and I need to be producing them. Now they are a different ratio. They're 1.5 seconds rather than them, which is 1 second. But we're only going to need to feed them in here for the time being, and we need 2, but we'll need 4, which is going to be 1.5, 3, 4.5. So effectively three things making coils rather than iron plate. Now, oh yeah, I forgot about doing this. That's probably why I had all that iron ore in my inventory. Forgot about that. Huh. That's annoying. We have quite a lot of production here. Production potential. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that was because I was going to do 3. I think if I take that one out, what does that give me? That gives me 2, 4, 6, 8. So I could do 2, 2, 2. So I could do... They're not covering... So that's covering a lot. Oh, they're all covering at least sort of... Oh, no, that one isn't. But then that's covering loads. Because I quite like to do my little trick of using... you know, splitters as balancers, basically. Right, so if I grab one of these, and we assume we're going to have some sort of arrangement here that's going to do splitting and blah blah blah, but we've got this lad here, and we'll send 1 lane of what does he actually call them? Magnets, I guess. Does he call them magnets? Yeah, we'll send 1 lane. So basically, do I want to send 1 lane? Yeah, I'll send 1 lane, but I'll do it, set it up. I keep doing that. What I want to do, really, is set 1 up and then copy it down, because that's a bit more efficient. Right, but we'll have 2 lanes. I say we'll sort of set it up with the eventual possibility that we might need more. So you would be that there. You're that there. You're in, you're out. So say we can't do as many smelters anyway, because these take 1 second and these take 1.5 seconds. So you can't support 6, because the 6 is because that's how much is supported on that's how much iron ore is maximally coming in. So we can only do 4 of them anyway. So, well, you know, obviously that's assuming you know, level 1 belt and all that sort of stuff, but I should think that's fairly obvious. Yes, so if we set this one up, I should be able to just copy it down. So that's the output, and that's the input. So I copy that. Yeah, it's awesome, that feature. And then that to there, and then copy that down. Cool. Grab some more Teaslers. So what I'll do, I'll just join them up basically, so I won't actually make 2 belts, but we could obviously always come along and add them on. I will leave a little bit of a gap between them though, and then we'll just do a crude sticking them together job. What I might do, just quickly, so that we can try and use this up, is take these out, and then if I take that up to here, oh, collide with other object. Are we? Oops, and then down. Is that 2? Yeah, it's too much, or too short, rather. There we go. And then similarly here, pop it up. Take it about there. Oops, take it down. And we'll chop them in there. Are you all working? Yep. Okay. Between them, I think they will produce a belt, but in fact, I think it's too many, effectively, but that's fine. Right, so let's take this up to that point there, so that we know they're all the same. I tried a new thing where I've obscured the number of viewers, so there could be none of you. It could be hundreds of you. If you want to chat, then I'm saying, please do. I'm not averse to chat. I'm not saying, you know, don't do that. But I realised at the weekend I was a bit focused on the number of people watching, or rather, as it happened, not watching. And that's kind of not really the spirit of what I'm doing. I just want to play the games, and if people want to watch, that's brilliant. If people want to chat, that's brilliant. If they don't, that's brilliant too. So say I'm trying to obscure it, but I need to get. The trouble is, the things it gives you, like the tools and stuff, basically they've got the numbers slapped all over them. So it's like it's really difficult to avoid seeing the numbers, basically. Right, so what I want to do here, I want to use my usual approach, right? That if we're outputting in one direction, then we should input in the opposite direction, basically. So if the output is coming this way, then the input needs to go that way. And of course, that's not quite how these are lined up. So we'll have to route them round, basically, so that we can do that. These are okay. But yeah, I try to do that to sort of minimize spaghetti. You basically can't avoid it, but it sort of minimizes it. So what I'm going to do, I should have put the put the belts in and that first, and then copied it up. So I need to get into the habit of doing that. And this is why I left this space as well, basically. Right, so each one of these has 2 inputs. I say we'll hook them up. Is that going to be too close? I still haven't worked out the whole too close mechanic. I think the big problem is when it's going from machine to machine, or machine to box, crate, basically. So it's fine if it's belts. They can be right close, but it doesn't like it if that's a machine or a box, basically. I think that's how it's working it. So this one's going to need 2 magnets and 1 copper. And this is going to need 2 iron plate and 1 copper. I'm going to have to make some level 2s, I think. I can make them by hand, of course. Because if I put... So, for example, if I want 2 magnets, I could put that on the inside. In fact, don't these only carry 1.5 trips a second? So actually, they wouldn't actually do it anyway, would they? Because we would need 2 a second. So I could put the copper on the inside, and it would sort of fulfill that need. But with the magnets, I need 2 a second. But even if it was on the inside, it would only be able to supply it with 1.5. So I would either need 2 of them, or I need the next level up inserter. And if I put 2 on, then I'm blocking. I can only put 1 of the. I mean, obviously I could work other lanes round, but I can only put 1 in of the other one, and of course I need 1 of those per second. And if you're going across 2 squares, it's half the speed, basically. It operates at a constant speed. So if it's going further, it's effectively slower. Even though it's exactly the same speed, it's traveling a further distance, basically. So we need a few level 2 inserters, which shouldn't be too hard to make, I don't think. No, it's just a few of them. So we might as well make ourselves 10 of them, if we've got the inventory room. Seem to have filled myself up. Grabbing them, basically. And so instead of them, we'll put level 2s on both of them, and that should, I believe, sort everything out. Whoops. Is that right? Because these guys do 3 per second. So effectively, so really I want the one that I only need 1 of on the outside, because that's then 1.5, and that one should be the one that needs 2. Okay. KKK. Not that KKK, but KKK. Right. But we're okay with 1 of them, I believe. Oops, I believe. Oh, no, we're not, are we? Because it does 2 a second. Because it's 2 per craft, which is 1 a second. So I could put more level 2s on, I guess. In fact, let's use the upgrade. If I can hit it properly. Let's do that. And that. There we go. Although these aren't actually at Unity, are they? Don't they operate 0.75? Oh, right, of course. So actually I'm going to need more machines than that, aren't I? Okay. I forgot that they weren't. I thought it was, in my head, it was that the yellow ones were 1 point, were the same craft speed as me, basically. But it does what Factorio does, where they're slower than you. So we actually need 3. We've got the materials, so it's not a problem. But yeah, I forgot that. Right, probably going to need some more inserters then, aren't I? Because it's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Yeah, we're going to need some more level 2s. Oh no! Oh, does it make 2 per craft? Yeah, it makes 2. Okay, so we got them. Right, so that's all that hooked up in terms of that business. I think. So let's power everything up first off. So we can put, say, one in there. And that doesn't cover the inserters. Oh, I can. Does it? No. So if I put one there, that'll get all the inserters. And then where can we go with this? So if we go. Wait. Oh, they connect wirelessly, don't they? I'm wondering what's. How far over do they connect? Let's put that. Why doesn't that? Oh yeah, it is. Sorry, couldn't see the line for some reason. Right. So if we put this, say, here, then that sort of covers all of them basically. Cool. I might actually need multiple inserters. Oops. Oh, I haven't got any then. Right. Let's put one on there. Right. I don't think I'm making them actually. That's the point. Boop. Everything powered? Everything powered. Brilliant. Right, next one is rerouting the stuff around. So this required 2 and 1, didn't it? So we want the copper really on the outside. And this required 2 and 1, and only 1 copper again. So we might as well put copper on the outside of both of these. So we want a splitter. Now, would I be better off doing... I probably would, wouldn't I? If I do... Not that one. That one. Then I can... Oh, no, that's not... Yeah, no, I could. We could use that. Yeah, that'll work. Because so this one, it's automatically elevated. So, in a sense, so we could... No, I'll feed it in sideways. But basically, you can. This one you can use to automatically elevate things. So you can sort of put input there, and then use the output here. So you're already above a belt is a particularly useful way of doing that. But say my belt's already on the ground, so it's not so useful. But what we could do is we could go this way, insert it in there, but I don't want it to go elevated straight away. I'd rather, where's the corner? I'd rather it do that bit, do a little bit there, and then elevate. And then we want to take that there, take it to, say, there, down the ground, and across. So that should give everybody some copper once they filled it all out. I discovered a bug actually. So I was, I was taking screen caps for the thumbs because I'm sort of experimenting with different ways of doing the thumbnails, basically. Oh, I didn't need to do that, did I? Okay. If you leave him, right, he starts doing emotes, right? And I was trying to capture a particular emote he does, where he gives effectively gives double thumbs up. And so I sort of set up the background with the fairly attractive setup, right? I'll do it in a minute. And he sort of does the first couple are basically the same, but then it's a bit of a random cycle as to what the emotes are. But what happens, and I noticed this because I was sat there, waiting for him to do it. It slowly rotates, basically. And I think it's because the animation frames are not quite right. But basically I was sat here, waiting with it, sort of set up the shot, waiting for it to do the... You're not going to do any emotes now, are you? Oh, there we go. So he's doing the little stretch one. And basically it slowly turns round. And over the course of about sort of 2 in-game days, so as in 2 rotations of the cycle, it ends up 180 degrees, and that would be fine. It's a weird bug, but that'd be fine, except for, and it may be something to do with the rotation of the planets and that sort of thing. I don't know, but if you move, it resets that clock, so it goes back to doing these first couple of emotes that are, I don't suppose they're emotes, they're idle animations really, that are that. But then he starts doing a random selection. But as I say, I was sat there and I was thinking, hang on, why is it not like, he was like that suddenly when I was trying to take the picture of the double thumbs up, and it was because it was slowly rotating. Now, as I say, whether that was just particular location of where I was on on the planet or whatever, I don't know, but I say it was very noticeable after a while, basically. Not something you can see after a couple of minutes, sort of thing. Right, so we need to get the magnets in here, don't we? So we can just route them round, basically. Now that this is in the air. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, you're not going. What are you doing? Collide with. Oh, it's because it's got up already. No. Are you not going to let me? I don't want you to. Oh, that's annoying. So it's doing a collision. I didn't think it did that. I guess it's because it's so close, but that's annoying. Okay. I can just route it round. Interesting. I can just do that, basically. But yeah. So that was a strange thing. These are in the wrong order then, aren't they? Okay. So if we sort of swap them over, do that. Nope. Like that. Take it back down to ground. Like that. Oh. Like that. And then let's take it a bit further over just in case. And then we can connect this over here. Cool. Just let them do that. And these guys should start making magnets. Eventually. In fact, I could pop a lane of that over, couldn't I? So let's go with that one. So if I take that, in fact, thinking about it, I didn't need to swap them over. Because I want the iron down there. Yeah, so actually that's counterproductive, isn't it? So if we sort of disconnect that and I'll rethink it. Because if we have that on the outside, that's fine, basically. Because if we have another one, so that's that one. But instead of that, we do that. And I hop that over. That's probably need a bit more space than that. So I hop that over and feed that into there. That makes slightly more sense. So we need to get rid of that one. So you can't really avoid spaghetti when you're doing this sort of thing. But a lot of it's about giving yourself room. So yeah, so that's now them. That is fine. And that's now going to be that. Yeah, okay, that's great. Let's put that in there. But yeah, they put the achievements out, and there's all sorts of ones that I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really an achievement hunter sort of a person, but there's ones like there's some speedrun ones, which I will almost certainly never do. I think I've done 100% achievements on like 5 games or something. I'm actually playing it on Factorio once I've done the Mega Base, which is very close now. Especially if I can work out a better way of doing, getting materials in, basically outposting. But yeah, it's that'll be like one of the few games I've 100%ed, and some of the ones I've 100%ed are almost by accident. They're like narrative games that, just by doing them, basically you get 100% of the achievements. You're going to go down to ground in a sensible way? Not really. So if we take that one out, put that down to ground there. There we go. Cool. So you should now start making circuits. Murking. And you should start making cubes. We might need level 2s on these as well. I'm not sure. They have to it has quite a buffer on it, so it's going to take a while to. You see, I mean, so this has got 20 of these passed up the system, basically. So we may well need. Oh no, it is starting to get up there. The level 2s, but it does it in a sort of. In fact, all of the. You can get the same effect with basically all sort of forms of storage, in that it basically goes in and it almost like a tank filling up or something like that. It'll go, if you put them in at the bottom, it'll just slowly fill up the stack, basically. And then when it takes them out, it sort of takes them out from the top, basically. We have matrix cubification. Brilliant. Now that that's all organised, let's queue up some researches. So, because all we've got set up, I think, is the next cube, basically. Yeah, so energy matrix is set up. So what we'd quite like to do, if there's anything that's going to be useful, that's just... Oh, that's just regular materials. So I think I've got enough of them on me. So that'll do a manual one. What do you take? Oh, you're red as well. Okay. So that one, it's blue. I mean, I don't really need that. It's quite expensive. In fact, I wonder if does that help? 150. That's just more blueprints. Yeah, so there's nothing. There you go. So there's one that only needs red cubes. So, while it was doing that, we could get it to stack up blue cubes. Right, so nothing here can be done with just blue cubes. Okay, so because we're going to be working on red cubes straight away, because it's oil basically. But I can queue up, I believe, some blue cube science. Have we got? There we go. Semiconductors give me processors. That's okay, but here we go. So we need this. No, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. Go on. There we go. So that's just red as well, you see. That's just red. Okay, so we can't actually do too much with just blue. Should I set that one on going? I mean, it's the only pure blue one we can do. Oh no, that's as well. Okay, so if we set them going. So it'll be a little bit of a while before we got red cubes going, I suspect. Oh, I can do that as well. Wait, which... Should we do that? I can't. I don't think I need graphite and that for a while. Yeah, we might as well have them queued up, because I say it's up here we want to get to, basically. Really. But in order to do that, we need some red cube ones. And indeed yellow cube ones. And these will let us get off. Well, we'll get off planet to get titanium, basically. Right, yes, so let's let that go. And I mean, I could add some more on, because we're now producing more than the thing, and it's always useful having them. And is that backing up? Yeah, because this is only a level 1 inserter, isn't it? Have I got any? Yeah, I've got 2. So let's at least boost that up. And that one. And then I'm out of inserters. Okay. And what we can do is add more of these on as well, so they would eat through the science quicker. So I definitely haven't got any more, have I now? And it's good. I find it's useful to have more of these than you can actually produce, because, as I say, when you get the backup effect, they can basically then eat through your backup, basically. So if I make, say, 3 of these, and it should, I think it takes the recipe. We can't, yeah. These are very useful as well to see, because obviously this is, that's keeping the same pace, basically, because it's the same sort of inserter. And then we can check, have these backed up? Are these backed up, rather? Which I don't think they are anymore. No? No. So it's pulling them out as we're making them. Energy matrix, red, complete. You going to say anything? No. Oh, and of course this is what I have to do. You see, it'll now stack up. I mean, I won't get that many, but I'll stack up a bunch, ready for the next session. Next research. Now there was the reason I came over here, I believe, was because there is oil, nice and close by. So which one or ones do we want to grab? Which should be the easiest? This one may be one of these. In fact, oh no, that's at the pole, isn't it? Because I seem to remember we need to do something with graphite as well with them. And it's right there. Yeah, let's see if we can make sort of, or do something with that, because it's got the coal right next to it. How am I doing on power? Okay. Now, I won't have any oil extractors, because I think I just chucked them in a random chest, the free ones you get. Didn't I? I'm not carrying them about, I don't think. Have I got... I've got everything there, haven't I? Let's make 3 of these, because I know there's sort of several close by. But we also need them. Inventory capacity +1. What that means is 1 extra row, basically. So it's not literally 1 extra square, it's 1 extra row. I think that... Is that one of the infinite? I don't think it is, actually, thinking about it. That'd be weird for that to be a infinite research. Yeah, no, that one caps out at 6. So you can get your frame going absolutely bonkers speeds, basically. Or certainly compared to what we've got at the moment. Right, so I have got a free one of those somewhere. I don't know where it is. So we want to be going that way probably, or maybe the other way around actually. Let's have a look at the recipe for red cubes. Yeah, there you go. It's graphite and hydrogen. Now, what we do with there, basically, so we've got this. This is the oil extract. Now, as I understand it, they run out of oil now. I don't know how quick that is. Where do I want now? I think if I just pop a little bit of landfill, foundation, fill in this little bit of water here, flatten this off so that we can build here more easily. Is that all gone? I think that's about right. Yeah. So actually we do want this the other way around. Oh no, not the refinery. There we go. So it treats fluids exactly the same way as it treats solids, basically. So although this is obviously a fluid, well, I say that they might change. In fact, let's test it.
Storage tank. It is more suitable for storing fluid than the storage. Each storage tank can only store one single type of fluid and can be built vertically. However, once it has been removed, all the stored fluid will be devastated.
Devastated. So basically, you can stack them up, and I say it works like like a tank, single tank that it'll fill up from the bottom, basically. But yeah, you used to be able to, and that's what I was going to check actually, because we can. I need to build another. Or make another couple of them. In fact, let's give myself 10 of them. But you is that too far? Okay. That's annoying. You used to be able to just stick them in chests. I don't know if they've changed that. That's what I wanted to just check, basically. So it just pumps out oil. It's got an internal buffer, obviously. But you put it on a belt as if it was a solid. I suppose you could think about it. It's a sort of a barrel. I mean, it isn't, but it's a sort of a barrel. Now, can I stick it in a regular storage thing still? Are you going to be happy with that? Yeah, there you go. So it just literally lets you stick it in things as if it was a solid. But it's better. It is better, like he said, to stick it in these because they've got bigger capacity, basically. They're also easier to work with because it'll just come out at the speed of whatever belt we put on, basically. So you don't need to worry about inserter speeds and everything. It's just literally, if there's stuff in it, it'll pump it out. And you've got 4 connections, so we can put multiple input and multiple output. Now, what you then do with that is you refine it, basically. Now, this is one where it should be. Did I build the refineries? Oh yeah, and they do go into interest. The weird thing with this is you can't, or you didn't use. Oh, you can now. Okay, you didn't used to be able to put it in. You had to sort of put it into a chest, stick it back onto the belt, and then put it into the container. It was all a bit weird. It looks like they've tweaked that. Yes, but what we would need to do, I'm not actually going to connect this, but what we need to do is refine it. Now, I want to bring multiple oils into this one thing so that it's filling up, at that rate of 6 per second. Because it does tell you, so this is producing at 2.154 per second. So we really want 3 at about 2 to fill up the chest. But yeah, basically what you do with this is you take your refineries. Did I make any refineries? Don't think I did I? Because he started talking, you see. Oh, we're out of steel. Okay. Where are they? Here we go. You've probably got a little bit to say about this as well. No, that's an extractor. That's a refinery. So let's just give a bit of room. Now, I never remember which way it's best to do these. I think if I do that, let's move over a bit just in case. And basically, so this
facility will produce multiple products. To divide them, you need to set a filter on the sorter. You can use Tab or the arrow keys on the right side of the keyboard to quickly set the filter when building the sorter.
Yeah, so basically, that's what I was literally about to say. So basically, you can input anywhere you want. I think you don't have to have it. Is that right? Because it doesn't accept things like I can't input like I can with the fluid tank. So it's an inserter job. Basic chemical engineering. And that's what we need it for next, basically. I think I've put that the wrong way around, haven't I? Yeah, that's it. So it needs to be that way around, so that we can pick the oil off the belt. So it's not a fluid, effectively. So pick the oil off the belt, like that. And then we set the recipe. And we've only got one recipe, which is to do basic refining. Okay. And the basic refining produces hydrogen and this other fluid, refined oil. Now, I don't think we have anything we can do with refined oil yet. I think we need one of these. Is it cracking? Yeah. Yeah, we need cracking in order to basically convert the oil, refined oil, into, what's it called then? Graphite, and hydrogen. And we haven't got the recipe. We need red cubes in order to make that recipe, basically. And of course, we need to do the cracking before. We need to process some oil before we can do that. So we'll end up with a build-up of the refined oil before we can actually use that recipe to turn it into hydrogen and graphite. But what we can do, we need graphite for and this is why I came over here. We need graphite for the cubes. So ultimately what we're going to want to do is basically refine this, have a little thing that's basically possibly balanced, possibly not, but that it's essentially turning all of the, because, well, this recipe produces hydrogen. So it takes in an oil. Why is it not showing me the recipe? Oh, got the wrong thing. It's a semiconductor. See, it gets through the research pretty quick when you leave it going. Can I see the recipe? No. Do it on there, can't I? Yes, that shows you the recipes. So that takes 2 and produces 2 refined and 1 hydrogen. Okay. And then the other one, where is it? Where are you? Oh, there it is. This one takes 1 refined and 2 hydrogen and converts it into 3 hydrogen and 1 graphite. Right? Then these are 2 and 2. So you have to come up with like a fairly nice ratio, essentially, that will let you produce that, in the correct numbers. Now, I think, and it's to do with the number that you have, basically, because the first one, I say, produces 2, takes 2. I can't have both. I can have both of them at the same time. There we go. So it takes in 2 and produces 2 light and 1 hydrogen. I called it light then, didn't I? 2 refined and 1 hydrogen in 4 seconds. And this takes 1 and 2 and produces 3 and 1. So you can sort of see that there are some numbers going on there that you can, and it's in 4 seconds as well. So it's the same time frame, isn't it? Yeah, 4 seconds and 4 seconds. So you kind of don't need to worry about any kind of time issue. But if you're feeding in 2, you're getting 2 and 1. And then you can take, where have we gone? 2 of the refined and a build-up of the hydrogen, right? And make 3 and 1. So effectively you get like a self-fulfilling loop, because what we're effectively getting out, you're sort of 1 short on the hydrogen from this recipe, right? But this recipe gives you an extra hydrogen. So out of this, in fact, it gives you 2 extra hydrogen effectively for the thing. So you kind of end up, once you've got the system running, with like an overflow of hydrogen effectively. So what we can do is we can boost it with coal producing the graphite rods, basically. So we can sort of fill in the gap of the graphite rods. The other option is you can just burn hydrogen. You can stick it in a reactor and burn it, basically. I don't know that I explained that very well, but I do know what I mean. It took me a while to work out the ratios and get it working properly. But it is quite reliant on running this for a while and just sort of stacking up a bunch of hydrogen, essentially. Because, well, if we get the 6 per second... In fact, let's have a look at the recipe for that. Because these are slightly different. These take twice as long and require twice the materials. So we do actually need quite a few before we can actually make sort of a decent number of red ones. So it's why I want to bring more oil over here so that we can get multiple lanes going, basically. But for the time being, what he was explaining, what Mr. Robot was explaining, I assume it's meant to be the center brain, basically, is that you take in one product here, right? So this will grab the oil from the belt. And then when you want, what you'll do with it, now you can do it in any way that you want, sort of thing, but you've got 3 output options and 3 output options. So what I usually do is essentially, well, it's slightly different now that there's the copy and paste, I guess. So it might not be a sensible way of doing it, really. But what I generally do is output 1 on one side and 1 on the other, and then you can just do what you want with them. The difficulty with that, now, of course, is that actually, if I just copy and paste that, yeah, it's not going to make sense, is it? So what would be a good orientation? Maybe if I did... Because it's mirrored, effectively, isn't it? So what I could do instead... So the way I've done it, it's mirrored, and that doesn't really work for copying. So we could stick there. Now, what's the... It produces 2 of one and 1 of the other, doesn't it? 2 and 1. It's only every 4 seconds. But yeah, what you do, basically, is if you leave them without filters, it will just randomly output whatever's there. It doesn't, like, logically... Well, there must be some logic, but it doesn't do it, I will always do this one first and then the other. So what you can do is you just set a filter. So you tell it, right, I want the hydrogen there. I've got that the wrong way around, haven't I? If that's 2 and 1, yeah. So actually we want the light, the refined rather, there, and then probably the hydrogen here. And now I can copy and paste this, because that then it's not going to get in its way. Is that right? Yeah, because they're now pointing at different things. Okay. I'm going to have to put the belts in, because it doesn't let you do that, does it? So they're... What's that? 1, 2, 3 apart? So if they're like that, would that be a nice copy and paste? And can't I adjust? There we go. Yeah, okay. This feels like where blueprinting, proper blueprinting may be of use, really. I don't think I've got that many, have I? Is that right? So I do that and then just tab through until it matches. There we go. Yeah, and then you can basically just deal with these as appropriate. You know, you can either say we'll leave quite a bit of space so that we can do more processing. But basically, you know, you can sort them out as you need to. You can stick them in, you know, containers and chests and all that sort of stuff, or burn them, or send them for reprocessing, or any of that stuff. But for now, what we want to do, I say we'll leave some space. You can actually set them up. So how I did it on the thing. In fact, I'll just get a new one. I can't build anymore, can I? Because I'm out of steel. Okay. But basically, I put them in front of each other because if you know when you work the ratios out, you can have it picking up the hydrogen, and what you can do basically is, so you see these. Can I do it on the other side, maybe? Ugh. No. So if you put hydrogen onto the belt there, and then a machine further, and it doesn't really matter. You can actually do it on the same machine, but in fact, and that's what I mean. So basically, if we have hydrogen coming out, am I going to be able to do that though? Yes, I am. Yeah. So if there's another machine right in front of it, basically, and we're outputting hydrogen on this belt, we can take one from the early. Well, we can take from later and output from earlier. So another machine. So I can't show you because I haven't got one. Let's just get rid of that one then. So that machine could go in front, right? I mean, you can also direct input, but I sort of prefer this way of doing it. But if these belts are extended a bit, there we go. And basically, so this is outputting hydrogen. So what we can do is we can put the input for hydrogen there and the output there, right? And then we've got the hydrogen from this, which is only one, and we need two, so eventually it'll grab two, and then it'll output three. So it'll output three, and it only needs two, so the other one will continue on, basically. So what we'll have net is essentially two hydrogen coming out of there. So it effectively takes one coming out and sort of puts them in there, and then, you know, once it's ready to go, it's outputting three, this is outputting one, so we're getting four, and it uses two, so you get a circle round of hydrogen. So you have to get the inserter levels right, or it won't be quick enough. But effectively, you can circle round the hydrogen from this machine in there, and two will just be left over and come out, basically. So yeah, so that's how I did it before. Whether that's the most sensible way of doing it, I don't know. But the other issue we will have in that case, which suggests I might need to make a bit more room, doesn't it? Is this then we'll be making, when it becomes the cracking recipe, it needs to be able to output carbon as well, and there's no room for it to do that. Okay, so we're going to need an extra belt essentially on the other side for this to output carbon. Okay. So what we need then is like a row of 3 belts. I'm very far north here, which is a little worrying with the, the geometry, but okay. So then 1, 2, 3, and then 3 belts. And then we might as well do 1, 2, 3, and then 3 belts. Because I think it lets you blueprint belts, but it doesn't let you do the shift, shift click in the same way. We'll leave that there. I will take the inserters off. Now, are you going to go past? Yeah. And are you going to let me output carbon? There you go. And there you go, you see? Oh, have we done the research? No. Huh, why is it letting me... That's interesting. But yeah, that's on the wrong one. That's not too close, is it? Don't tell me it's too close. Ah, there we go. So we would get carbon out, and hydrogen, basically, instead of the refined oil and hydrogen, basically. But for the time being, we need to stick the refined oil somewhere else. And then we can sort of feed it back into the system, essentially. But where are you going? You're going there. Given I've got so many, shift dragging it over is actually slower, isn't it? But yeah, so there's enough room there then for that. The hydrogen... how am I going to arrange this? I mean, what I did before, because you don't really need this eventually. Well, unless it all backs up and stuff. But what we can do is we can take one of them up and leave one on the ground. So maybe if we take the... Yeah, I'm building these in the wrong direction, basically. Maybe if we take the crude oil there, not crude oil, the refined oil there, stick it all in a thingy, and then these ones need that to be a bit further, so there, and then we go up a level, take that to say the edge there. No, needs to be one shorter, and then yeah, I might as well take it back to ground here. But then we'll recreate that on all of... So it's going to be that one, isn't it? Is that the right place? Let's go up a level. And then we can connect that there. No, it needs to be one more. So we want to go up to there. Oh. Up to there. So you also hit, there's like obviously the belts can only take so much material and all this sort of stuff that we'll have to watch out for. But in principle, if I've got that right, this will give us light. This will give us the refined oil here. Let's take these up like this, so they're quite out of the way, like that. You need to go in there. We will double that up. We can't do too many stacked at the moment. We can always put, what you can do, you can just put another set there and have it feed in if we run out of space. But we won't do that for now. So we got refined coming out of there. So let's power all this up and see if I've made a mess of it. Because what I'm anticipating, where we will actually be having, some of the carbon made, from the oil, we'll also need actual carbon to make more, because it's like a 2-to-1 that you get out, basically. So if I put this here, is that going to power everything? No, but yes. So I've put one there and one there. And everything's covered. We can put some miners on this. Don't need too many, so we just want enough to sort of, in fact, we just need to make a little bit, basically. In fact, let's put one there. One there. That's rubbish. One there. I don't know, one there. That'll probably do us, I think. And then we can take this stuff out into a splitter to use as a balancer. Do I want... No, we'll just go with a normal one. Oops. Oops. What are you doing? Like that. Take this way. Like that. No. Chop that off. And then say we want try and stick to our principle of in and out opposite directions. But what I'll do with this, because eventually this is going to be the carbon, so we ideally want to link the two up, but we can kind of do that over here. And then this can be the hydrogen, because I need to take them all. I take them all over to. Where in the heck is my science build? Have I been dumb? No, here it is. Here we go. So I've got to take them all the way over there, you see. And what I want to do, I want to grab some more of these oils and have them and bring them up here. So as I say, Spaghetti Mania is kind of unavoidable. So where would be a good place to... Probably... Maybe we should try and go over the water so that we're out of the way. So if we go over there and sort of over there. Yeah, okay, that'll do. So say, if we come this way with the hydrogen, I'll say eventually there'll be a carbon, like balancer thingy. I might put, let's put a thingy in. In fact, let's put it in over here. One of these, basically. For, why are you not doing anything? Oh, I can't, can I? 5. No, I can. I can put it in here. Because I say, we might end up with like a hydrogen backup or whatever that could cause it all to go, you know, because you can switch on inputs and outputs and stuff, but basically what we can do is we can siphon off some to burn if we need to. So if we do the same sort of idea almost with this, how can I do that? So if I do like a chest, and then, because this will be the carbon, basically. Carbon. Let's do that one there, and then we'll have the carbon eventually come in that way. So we want just a bunch of inserters, basically. That's fine. It's whatever, it's fine. It might go and stand in the charger. Don't know how much I've got left. It should be okay for a little bit. Do want to cap it though. Don't want infinite carbons. Okay. I say that's not even there yet. That I've not connected with power, which I thought I had, but there you go. Oh, I was going to use some turbines, wasn't I? Nothing fit. Oh. Turbines. Okay. Just gives it a little boost, you know, just a little bit of extra juice. Where you would be using a Tesla tower anyway, you know, to achieve the same effect. Right, let's do some of these. Let's leave a little bit of space. So I don't like need a lot of these, and it's like a backup in a sense, but it's going to make them. And it's 2 to 1, you see, so they're sort of effectively balanced automatically. So if we drag down there, how many does that gives me? So it takes 2, doesn't it? So that's too many, isn't it? Yeah. Put that in there, and there. It's going to stand in the charger again because I'm almost out of juice. I never connected that, did I? We need oil. Oh, it's 6:30, crikey. Should hopefully be able to... Why is this not happening? Why is that research not happening? Something's gone wrong somewhere. Yeah, get on with it. Come on, bots. You need quite a lot of refineries. It's a fairly slow process. So I just want to prove it at the moment. Oh yeah, there we go. So there's some hydrogen. So it does all fluids in the same way. So they're just treated as solids, basically. Cool. So we got carbons, we've got graphites. Okay, so let's go and have a look at why science has stopped. I've clearly done a dumbness. Oh, I know why. The chest's empty, which is a good thing, but yeah, there we go. So this is empty. So which is a good thing. So we need 4 basically. So I was going to do 2 and 2 and 2, wasn't I? Okay. Have I got enough splitters? I have. Trick is going to be weaving them in basically. I mean, we could do maybe 1 here because that's going to be too close. So maybe 1 there, if that'll work. That'll connect. That'll connect. That'll connect. Cool. And then that wouldn't really work. Could always use a different one. So one of the things I love about the splitters in particular is they just work themselves out. So here I'm going to output from the bottom. Oh no, I'm not, because that's in the way. Output from the bottom. No, you're not going to connect there. Oh, of course it's the angle. 'Tis the angle. Like that. But we can basically feed this in if it will work. This probably won't work because of angles. Yeah. But we should be able to feed that back round. Upper level, please. Oh, is it going to do that weird thing where the belts... Yeah, the belts flip in and out on themselves. I'm sure they're going to fix that at some point. But yeah, basically, so you can feed them in any direction and out in any direction, and it just works itself out. And so it's why it's like a it's like a sorter as well, basically, which is really, really useful. Right, so if I need a foundation support, do I? So what would be most good here? I need to get one over there. I mean, I could always rework this. Or we could go over the top. It's not going to want to connect to that anyway. Right, so... I mean, we are building Dyson Sphere, which is like kind of a nonsensical thing. I think I said this on our previous stream, but Freeman Dyson didn't actually take his own idea seriously. It was kind of a joke, really. It wasn't intended as a serious, contraption to build, as it were. I think I'm just going to stick a bit of landfill in here. Because if you kind of do the maths on a Dyson Sphere, a proper one, not how the game represents it. If you kind of do the maths, you basically have to take an entire solar system's worth of material in order to make a Dyson Sphere. And in fact, not actually sure that you would have enough material. You'd have to process probably something like Saturn or Jupiter into other materials, basically. And that's a massive energy consumption, massive energy drain. So the sort of economics of, energy economics of making a Dyson Sphere are nuts. And I say he never, it was almost a joke sort of thing. But doesn't stop it being an extremely cool idea. Are you not going to let me go over the top? There you go. Why aren't you liking that angle? There we go. I want to connect to here, but why aren't you going straight? Oh, because it isn't straight. Okay. In which case, why not come all the way over here? Oh, what are you doing? In fact, let's go down. No, let's stay out of the way. Go up. Oh, you're doing weirdness again. Stop doing weirdness. Is that going to work? Maybe one more? Can I get away with that one? No. Oh. It can be a little frustrating, the belts, but it's because it's a 3D geometry and the game has to kind of try and interpret what you're trying to do to a degree. Here we go. I mean, this is possibly the best demonstration of spaghetti you've ever seen. We've got the weird physics divine belt thing it can do. We've got floating belts that, if you think about the scale of the mech and trees and stuff, this must be as tall as a skyscraper. There's nothing supporting it. And they're going all over the shop. So I need to feed one in here. So we might as well do what I've just done there, basically. What's the other one? Yeah, it makes more sense to use that one again. Yeah, it's sort of, it's got a built-in elevator. It automatically sorts everything. I love the splitters. Right, let's go. Do I need to go? Yeah, there we go. So if we go over to here, then we should be able to go down. No, gonna need one more. There we go. Go down to Earth and across. Cool. Right, let's see if we can just slip in a couple of these. No. Oh, there's one there. Okay, one here. Lovely. Oh. Okay. Can't get one in here, can I? Yeah. Yes, here we go. Look, is the physics-defying belt. Boop, boop, boop. Hmm. Unfortunately, I've hooked up what I think is probably two of the slower ones. No, they're probably about the same, aren't they? No, 4 and 5. 4 and 5. So they're about the same, those. That's only 3. But that's 9. Crikey. That's 2, 4, 6, 7. And that's 5. So this is the one that's probably got the most material, but it's sat idle doing nothing. It's not struggling with stuff though, so that's fine. So research should have started again, and I can always combine these two together. I've got it, there, but I don't know that it will ever actually. Hopefully these should start filling up again. Cool. Okay, so let's go and, in fact, how much fuel have I got? Very little. So let's quickly go and find. Is that it? There it is. So if I follow this, that should take me around. So incredibly pretty, this game. I mean, look at that. Absolutely nailed the look. Going the wrong way. Not that I don't. I mean, I personally find like Factorio good looking, but not in a sort of classically beautiful sense, as it were. It's more good looking from a. It's that consistency of an aesthetic thing, rather than actually being pretty as such. But Factorio's aesthetic is, very consistently presented, and I actually quite like, a diesel punk look. I say not because it looks good, but because it's sort of very evocative. Satisfactory is very. I wouldn't say that was pretty, I must admit. But it is consistent in its sort of tone and look and stuff. But I think they're going for more sort of. So we probably need more of them, don't we? Is that because are you? Because they should be getting enough stuff. I keep forgetting. I bet these aren't. I bet those don't work at Unity either. Do you work at? Oh no, production speed 1. Okay. So what? Yeah, must just have been a lag thing. Right. Okay. So we need to put like 1,000,000 belts in, but where are we going with them? Wait. Hang on. Land. Map. Right. So we need to go over here. Unfortunately, I've managed to line them up with the edge of this coal patch. That's not very good. But we could do a dog leg there, and basically bring them along the side there, and feed them into this. Okay, so if we plop all those belts on, oh no, I can't do it from here, can I? Like this. So if we, oops, we dogleg, say up to there, out of building range. Okay. Like that. Let them do their thing. I think one of the things that makes it work is the colour. It's very bright, vibrant colours. You know, the green is very green and the blue is very blue, which just instantly, you know, is more attractive, I think, than oops, than you'd then. I'm not sure what I'm saying there. I say it's the bright colours, I think, that sell it for me. Right. We'll go over to the other end. We'll go over and set this up because we don't actually need to process these in any way. We're getting exactly what we need. So we just need to plug them in. But we'll go and do it at that end first. I'll say we'll set that one as the red, I think. How are we doing? Have we put all these in yet? No. Might just plot one of these down while they're working. So do some of them as well. In fact, let's go and do this end. Right, so if we assume we bring that underneath there somewhere, and then we want kind of the same sort of, in fact, how many of these? I need 6, don't I? So I need 5 more. Have I even got enough stuff for them? Yeah, I have. Okay. So this will be set to red. And then, have I done it here? So it's that side, isn't it? Okay. So we want that there. And I think it's 1 to 1. Oh, no. 2 to 2. Okay. So actually a level 1 belt's not going to deliver enough stuff, is it? Okay. Let's build some more of these. And we'll just keep a ratio going. This needs upgrading, doesn't it? We already established that. So I don't think I'm going to be able to support. Oh, and it's max height anyway. Of course. Okay. I mean, you can extend that with research. It's not a problem as such. And I don't think we'll actually be. I mean, we can't because I've not set up enough hydrogen, etc. But planning for when we can. Actually, do I want that far up? No, I think I want something more like that, so that I can bring this. So this is what the logistics hubs solve for you basically. So because your materials are going to be a long way away, no matter where you build, because they're unevenly distributed around the planet. So I mean, and I could make the red cubes over there and belt them over. I don't have to bring both materials over here as such. But I still have to move something a long distance, and that's what all the whole drone system, interplanetary and planetary logistics solves for you, basically. You don't have to worry quite so. In fact, is it shift to switch? Change path is R, there we go. Processors, lovely jubbly. Oh, not enough stuff, eh? Lack of item. Blimey. Okay. Wait. We better go and get some more stuff then, because I would quite like to get this running just before the end of the stream. I can't find where it is. It's over here somewhere, isn't it? Because that's the power. Where's my... Oh, here it is. Right, we need to go over there. And where are we? We're there. Okay. Let's head over there then. Might as well just generally restock, I guess, while we're here. I probably don't need any more of them, but we might as well top them up. And I can never have enough of them. So I might as well just grab pretty much everything that I can. Do I need... Yeah, go on. Go on. Don't say no. And yet we need a load of them, which I need to convert some of to level 2s. But then we need like a million of these, give or take. I'm not going to grab more of them. I will grab them though. What about them? Yeah. Okay, and then the raw stuff must be close by as well. Is that it? Yeah. So do I need copper? Not really. Iron. Yep. Magnets. No, the opposite. I've got too many. Need them though. And we definitely need some of these if we're going to make some more refineries, etc. Where's the... Oh, it's over here. Oops. Go on, there you go. Bit of that. Do I need any of them? Yep. And some of them. Probably not use them. No. Right, how are we doing? So I've instantly used them up, so I might as well grab some more of them since we're here. There we go. Grab them. And then try and remember where science is. It's close by. There we go. That away. That is the direction. Oh look, it shows you the build things through the planet. That's interesting. Right, let's get you lot finishing this off. This is going to interact with the wind thing, isn't it? No, oh no. Ooh, very close. So I would just like to get it running. It's not going to produce anything like the volume that we need, because we need to feed in more oil at the very least. Let's say it would be nice to produce a red cube or two. Can't resist. I'm going to look and see if anyone's watching. Oh, there is someone. Hello. So say we'll get this running, and then we'll call that a stream there. I stream this every Monday. I'd started out really just to try and learn the blueprints and the new things they introduced there. But we might as well sort of at least finish the game, as it were, because we have a definitive end point, as you have won the game. I'm not going to do any, mega million science production thing, because it seems a bit pointless doing that sort of stuff while it's in early access. Also, as my Factorio Megabase stream will attest, I tend to get bored when doing gigantic builds with no real point to them other than being able to say you did a gigantic build. I tend to lose interest in just repeating the same stuff over and over. But no criticism on anyone who does enjoy that sort of thing. And I am enjoying making the Factorio Megabase. It's just so much grind to it. Right, so that's hydrogen flowing. That's carbon graphite flowing. I might go and see if I can find those other... Oh. Applied superconductor.
Rare veins scatter around different planets. They will
bet they
greatly
do.
improve production efficiency. So if you find them, collect them and put them as a part of industrial production.
Yeah, it really needs a better translation doing. So we got 2 over there. 1 over there. We could grab these because they're right next to the blooming wind turbines. So we could grab these quite easily. I just want it to, because it'll take a while for the stuff to get over on the belt. So we might as well just go and stick these on, power them up, and I'll send the belts. I'll send a belt over the other way. Where's my refiner there? So if we plop, say, that there, output from there. Is that going to connect? No, of course it doesn't. Oh, no, it does. Yeah, okay. And then bit of power. In fact, I usually 2 turbines, I think, actually runs one of these, I seem to remember. Yeah, you see it does actually power it. Oh no, 3 is it then? It's not many. It'll go or blue. Yeah, that goes blue when it's happy. But we might as well, in fact, why don't we just stick in a couple of the old turbines there. Just as a bonus bit of power. Are you all running? Yep. So we want this to go all the way over here. I'm going to do a cardinal sin of crossing my lanes over. But I'm tilting my head like it affects my vision. Because we want to plug it in there, basically. But there's a turbine in the way. So I'll take it out the way. Is it there? Yeah. Cool. Oh. Did I disconnect? Oh, of course. That turbine was connecting the power. So they've now stopped. Typical. Did I say I stream this every Friday? I stream this every Monday. I stream Satisfactory on a Friday and Factorio at Saturday and Sunday. This one's only a 2-hour one because it's after work, and that's about all I can manage, really. Satisfactory is a similar sort of thing. Yeah, you see, I mean, it's only producing 2 a minute, and these just aren't chunking through it sort of quick enough, basically. Right, so we should be able to trace this round and see some red cubes being made. Unless I've messed it up. Which is always a possibility. No, here we go. Oh, we're out of juice. Let's go and just stand here for a second. So we're making red cubes, so we should set up a blue and red science. Now, as I say, we want to get over here. What can we do to get ourselves closer to that? We would need that, so we might as well do titanium smelting. I think we can also... No, that requires yellow. Okay. But we also need this branch, which we can also get at. This was one of the things I was a bit puzzled by. You can get... so I've literally used barely any of the... I suppose... Is that green? I suppose it's blue, really, isn't it? But I've barely used any of the green ones, and I can already unlock blue ones, which seems a bit odd in terms of balancing, but... And, you know, we now need that, but we have an additional condition, which is that we need the thruster. Now, the thruster is somewhere else entirely. It's down here, I think, isn't it? There you go. There's your thruster. So, to do that one, we need hydrogen fuel rods. Of course, it's literally hydrogen squished together. And then we need thruster. But I'm not actually going to do that. I'm going to take them off, because what I want to do really is a bit of upgrading, because we need to get... Wrong thing. We need to get the mecha core a bit better. We need to be faster. I can do 2 of them, but I'm not going to. Inventory capacity is really useful, but not really at this stage. What's more useful is to have more drones. I think that's all I can queue. More power. Faster drones. Oh, I can do one more. So yeah, basically, now that we've got the red, we're going to upgrade. We'll do this one as well, that the queue is now full. But yeah, so now we've got red, we'll chunk through quite a lot of upgrade, or not quite a lot, but a few upgrades to make us a bit more efficient. Because say we can do a couple of them. That's it, yeah. Obviously, I could do that, but we want a couple of these. Oh no, can't do that one. A couple of them, is it? No, just the one. And that's we need that one basically. I say I want to do the others first, but we absolutely need that one because that gets us off to other planets. And to get titanium in any practical sort of way, we need to get onto another planet because I keep hitting M, even though I'm not there. So, is it? What's the? No, there it is. V. That's it. So this is the solar system we are in, and one of these will have titanium on it. Probably that one. There you go. 1.6 million titanium and nearly 10 million silicons. Whereas we have absolutely no silicon and no titanium at all. I can only make silicon via crushing rock, basically. And titanium I don't think I have any way of making. We might be able to crush some rock to get that as well. But I know you get it randomly out of like rocks on the grounds. So if we do need it for something, we may have to do a little bit of that. I don't think we do. I think we can manage without. But what we'll end up doing is basically ferrying manually with what's it called? The robot, basically. Manually ferrying titanium back and forth until we can get interplanetary logistics, and then we'll just be able to automate it coming over. What have you got on you? Oh, you got fire ice, okay. There you go. Titanium ore smelting techniques. So that's where we need to be getting to. It's also got 15 million.
The data shows this is a planet without natural titanium veins. Perhaps you can get some by collecting gravel. If you need a massive titanium collection, you need to find a planet riched with titanium veins as soon as possible.
Riched? Yeah, basically, because we need titanium. Basically, and the drones... the drones, that thruster it's talking about, I'm pretty sure, I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's made out of titanium, basically. So this thruster, is it? Or am I getting mixed up? It might be the higher level, it might be the reinforced thruster that needs. So that needs that titanium. Oh no, that's just steel and copper. But this one, which is the one you need for the interplanetary drones, needs that. Does it call it reinforced titanium? High strength titanium. So that, which obviously uses titanium, is what we need before you can make reinforced thrusters. So you've got a bit of one of those situations you get in building games where you've kind of got to do some manual stuff in order to sort of be able to make the thing that will let you do it automatically. So I will have to manually ferry titanium around for a bit in order that I can make some of them that will then allow me to automate bringing titanium to the planet, basically. It's one of those situations, which seem to happen quite a lot in these types of games. But yeah, so there we go. So that was it today. I think we did quite well. So we got this up and running. We'll be able to do a stack research at least now, which should let us stick at least one on top. We might even be able to do two. Not a research, an upgrade, basically. Where is it? There we go. So vertical construction we can now do, and that one. So that gets me 2 layers of labs, and that gets me 2 layers of labs. So that's 4 layers of labs between those two, which would allow me to stack another 4 on top. So that would get me the 6 stack that I'm after. Not as I say that we're getting the material in. But there we go. So yes, that's it for today. I will return at the end of the week on Friday, where I will be streaming some Satisfactory, if that's something you're interested in watching. It'll be basically similar sort of time, 3 o'clock start though, because I finish a bit earlier on Friday. I don't know if I like this or it's a bit weird seeing the thing through the planet. But yeah, so if you're new to me, if you've not seen any of my streams before, you can find my full schedule on my Twitch page, and you can also catch up on all my streams on my YouTube page, which has all of the VODs archived into playlists. That YouTube page is at Trismegistus. It's alias to Triggles, but you're looking for Trismegistus or Triggles over on YouTube, if you want to catch up or watch any of the series there. Yeah, I'm getting quite into this again. So I will keep going, and we'll build. Well, we might not build a full sphere, but we will certainly finish the game. It'd be interesting to see how long it takes, because we're already at red science, and I spent an entire stream just chatting to somebody basically about how the copy and paste work. So I've only really done maybe 4 hours of actual, maybe 5 if you're sort of generous, of actual play, and we're already at red science. So yeah, I don't think it'll take that long. It only took me 19 streams before. Anyway, yeah, so that's it for today. So if you've been watching, thank you for joining me, and hopefully I'll catch you in another one. Thanks for watching. Cheers.